All right, so this is offense, things that, simple plays that I think we're leaving on the table. So let's jump into it. So Nate, here, as you catch the ball, you got to see. Right now, your body is fixed to see it. Our best shooter is in the corner. Throw it to him. All right, and you just kind of leave that play on the table and dribble out. So now we got nothing. All right. All right, I like this play. We find different ways to be efficient, put pressure on the defense even when Ty's not in the game. So there's a Barkley. But Brandon, when you cut, you're just cutting. If your guy traps, just kind of rest with your chest facing court in space. He might be able to bounce it to you, but you're just cutting no matter what. So you're going to run into the help the defense. But if you could just kind of wait right here, if he's in trouble and he have another person to throw it to, and you catch it, you're good enough to throw it here or throw it opposite. But anyway, way to get it out of the trap court. And this is a great skip pass. All right, K gets a three. All right, but again, don't just cut to like run the space or sit in space so we can make one more play if we get in trouble. All right, here's another situation where we do and break the press. They're kind of sending everybody up there, so they got four guys behind half court. Nate, we got to look at that as an opportunity. That's not a rim protector at the rim. All right, that's a guard. So we could just attack, and if he guards you, throw it to Cade. Cade, don't be in love with the 3-point line if we could get a layup. But if he doesn't commit to you, then you go score a layup. So I know we had called a play, but we had a pretty easy 2-on-1 situation right there. So like just make sure we're aware of the opportunity. And like I said, they're gonna get more and more aggressive as the league grows. So I get it. We ran a play for our back door, and this is what we got because you were patient. We throw it, and then we get a quick backdoor pass and one right here. All right. So, like I said, but coming out of that halftime, when we drew up that play. We could get that anytime. Get that 2-on-1 situation, score, then run this play. It was still going to be there in the next possession. All right. So Dre, usually you're cool and laid back, but in these situations, if you're in the trenches for the free throw plays, you got to be a different person. So like when we're shooting this, look how early the ball just left Ty's hand. Court anticipated that, so he gets a step on everybody. Your hands are still on your knees, and by this point, boom, you're getting bumped. So that's bumping you off your mark, so you can't get to where you need to be. All right, now I'm not saying that you would have got this rebound because it took a bounce outside of your area, but all you can do is your job. So you got to be ready to anticipate. Your whole game has to be anticipating, especially defensively and in situations like this where you got a job to do. All right, and I do want more of this. Like I say all the time, all of y'all have different skills. Y'all need to be telling each other about y'all's weaknesses. The best players can do that to their teammates, and the best teammates can accept it. And then we need to steal the good things our teammates already do. One of the things Court does is shot goes up, he crashes. One, he plays the top of the zone that we're doing, but boom, ball comes down, tap it. All right, now that should have been our possession because it hit him in the face. But nonetheless, that's a I need guys that can be aggressive and go find extra possessions for. All right, so Dre, right here, you got to keep these possessions for us. You got it. There's not a ton of room up the court, and you're in traffic, and so you're dribbling, and so you got to find a way to just say, you know what? Let me just live to fight another day. There's no room. There's not really a ton of opportunity up here. All right, and so let me just pull it back. All right, it's really important when we have leads like this, we're not giving the ball right back unless you see space up ahead. All right, this quick possession on creating triangles quickly. So when we have the ball, we got a guy behind the ball, we got Ty in the middle, we got a guy on the sideline. So we did good at breaking the pressure and creating that. But Ty, like right now, you don't count because they can't throw it to you. It's your job to turn a 20-foot pass into a 10-foot pass. If you do that, Drake could hit you. So you got to step up. All right, but like I said, we break the press. This is in an earlier video. You got to throw that ball right now, Dre. Bounce pass to Brandon, and Brandon, your chest needs to start squaring up to the ball more. So if the ball is behind you like this don't happen. All right, so just square up to the ball. You're not in a rush. Now, this is a good job by Court to sprint into his spot in the triangle. So Ty should run block once Craig gets in trouble. Brandon's going to meet the ball, and look at Court sprinting. And so we need one more guy to finish up the triangle. So whenever you get trapped, that's what you need. Now, I called a timeout. because we didn't sprint into our triangle. So Dre and Ty both can't be on the end at the weak side. One of y'all got to sprint into those spots. So in this situation, since Ty didn't do the block, Dre would sprint to the elbow. All right, so triangles aren't just for when you get pressed. This is also when you're receiving a ball. So Ty gets the ball, he ends up dribbling and picking it up. So Dre, you can't be in line with 12. You need to run over so Ty can throw it in a straight line. I mean, yeah, straight line to him. So you need to be in a triangle between Ryan, Byron, and you. But since you're in line with them, Ty tries to throw you a pass. And if you take 3 steps over, he'd be able to throw a straight bounce pass right to you. So you can't be in line with the person that's defending you. All right. All right. So this possession embodies us more to a T. So they're down by almost 20. So they're getting more aggressive and we're not recognizing it. So here's a trap. They trap a screen. All right. So now we get it out of there. So we're like, okay, you should be thinking, hey, they're trying to be more aggressive now. All right. We got to quit being so nervous with the ball, guys. Those are simple plays. So now here comes another one. So like right now we should be thinking, I'm already kind of pointing for Kate to just get out of there. Like, hey, just get out because they're better two athletes about to trap you. We don't recognize that either. But then when we are in trouble, we don't recognize it. So, Brandon, as soon as you see this starting to happen, you pretty much know he's in trouble. So you got to start sprinting theirs because then if Savion comes with you, Ty has more room for a little short roll to get us out of the situation. So big advantage, neutral, disadvantage. This is a disadvantage right now. We need somebody to make a play to put us in a neutral situation. So you recognize it too late because you're still there. Cade never recognized that they were trapping screens all of a sudden. I'm pointing trying to get somebody up, and so we dribble out of bounds. And it just takes too long to get to the spaces we need to get to so we could have a possession. So as the game goes on, information needs to start coming to us like, oh, you know what? They're getting more aggressive. I can't wait on the screen and open. Uh, I can't catch it this deep and open. I probably got to catch it up here so there's more room to get out of trouble. Like our game needs to change according to that information coming in. All right, a bunch of just anticipation here, running the space, things like that. So Ty gets the ball. I think Cade has a chance to dive, right? We can't get the ball to you, Cade. They're gonna sprint into position. If you dive, you get a layup. Brendan, as he opens up and nobody's looking at you, it's just like being in a zone. Where's the best place to be in a zone? Behind it, because all eyes are on the ball. So you could sprint and go. So now, like, it takes you a little too long to realize I got to go meet that pass. So now, since you kind of realize it a little late, it's a deflection instead of a clean catch. If you get a clean catch, you can dribble right here, throw it to Dre for a three, pass. So then we kind of fumble it. So now we're forced to throw it to Ty, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying, if you anticipate that ball coming to you and you meet it sooner, or if you would have, let me back it up, or when Ty caught it, you would have been cutting, then you would have been cutting for a layup because nobody would have saw you coming. All right. So you're just kind of like waiting for the game to come to you. So be a bit more aggressive there. Court, be careful of these passes. I didn't think you had to turn away from the guy you're going to pass to next. I think when you caught it, you should have been thinking, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of here as quick as possible, meaning dribble out and then throw it up. So watch those passes because we get a lot of deflections like that. And then Dre, yours got to be a quicker .5 decision. You threw it, but it took a lot of clapping and stuff for Cade to get that shot. So always know, like, hey, once you get two on the ball, once you get out of trap, pass is the rule. All right, so this was a situation. I know Tower. They just pulled eBay out, so they're gonna know that play. So the reason I called Tower is because I knew they were gonna crowd it. But Cade, as a shooter, you got to go to where space is. So the guy who's gonna contest you for a shot is gonna be the guy at the top, which is Kano. If you move over 1 step, this shot is a lot easier. All right. So now that's a shorter run to you, whereas if you'd have stood here, you'd have had a much better run. But nonetheless, we get a decent shot up, but you had to rush it a little bit. If you had a little more time, you knock that in. All right, Brandon, this is one of those situations where your chest has to face the ball. You're the middleman. If your chest is facing the ball, then even if the pass isn't perfect, you can react to a right or left pass. But since it's behind you and your chest isn't facing the ball, now you can't get to it. All right, so we go, but Nate, right here, they fall, your head has to be up. Tie is open, wide open, but it takes you one, two, three, and then so it just takes way too long. So the possession's gone. So that's what I'm talking about. Chin to shoulder, so you're looking at the rim. And if you do that, you could throw a right-handed pass right now for a wide open layup. All right, so we got to start anticipating so we can make some of those easy plays down the court and score. Ty, in the game, I thought you were open enough to just shoot this. All right, nobody's there. But this is what I do. Like, this is growth. You thought there was a lane, pull it back, live to fight another day. All right. And so, like, that's a lot of growth with you being able to be like, all right, and now, hey, look, we're up 41-29. So we can cook some more clock if we want to because you're making good decisions when the opportunities aren't there. So, way to grow. And this is why being aggressive off the cut and running space is so important. So right now, Kay does a good job pivoting, getting out of trouble, throws a left-handed pass. Look at Court. Court cuts, and because he cuts, he pretty much knows who's probably wide open. But Dre, we have got to reclose us. He's closing out to you like a menace. Just pump fake. Let him fly by. You don't have to that's a great contest. You don't got to shoot that. All right. So again, way to cut the space, Court. Way to throw a quick pass. Give me a pump fake and read that closeout so we could get a clean look. Ty, can we please break this habit? Why are you dribbling? I dribbled just so I can go nowhere, and now I have nowhere to go. Can you stop doing that? If you're ready to take off, then dribble and go somewhere. But at this point, you should be in triple threat so we don't have to sprint into these situations. And like I said, we're making it hard on ourselves for no reason. All right, it's no secret. The past 3 years, 4 years, however long, like guys have been playing that we do not play at the end well at the end of the clock. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the ball to Dre. If we're going for last shot early, sometimes if Ty has a matchup, we'll do some stuff with him. But like, okay, right here, we asked for last shot. Don't drive and possibly get in trouble to where we can't get the ball out. So Dre, you got to find the ball, and then from there we could space the floor, and we're just gonna make sure we get an attack at the rim, put some pressure on the refs, and then hey, if there's open guy, you drive and kick for a three. If you can score it, score it. But at the end of the clock, we need to get a shot up. So right here, we get a switch. All right, and then hey, we get a shot up. That's the most success we have had in years. So that's what we're gonna do. There's no reason to run offense like we've tried to do. We need to get to the rim, put some pressure on the ref, and see if we could get something. So keep that in mind moving forward. And we'll probably at practice put in some sets that have Dre getting downhill. All right, this is the final clip that I like. This is after Ty lost his contact. So we're like, hey, we don't have our rim protector, and our finisher in the game. So look, let's cook some clock. The play started at 5:36. All right, so we're legit looking for opportunities to score, but we're not dribbling right when we catch it. We're spacing the floor. We're making them run around a lot. So just watch how much after you play defense this long and this hard, how easy is it to go down and get a fast break or to hit a three-pointer or to hit free throws? All right, so it's really good to make them guard and play defense. There's no shot clock in high school basketball, and y'all are legit playing basketball. That's a real drive. He's not there. Kick, kick, and then I mean, by the time that thing hits the clock, 4:56 with the possession starting at 5:36. That's 40 seconds they can't get back with us up by nearly 20 points. All right. And before, what would happen is we would take a shot within the first 6 seconds, and then we'd add possessions to a game that's already ours. I mean, right now, if we stop scoring right now, we still win this game. So we gotta, and it's the third quarter. So y'all gotta think, all right, what is the best possessions that we need right now for us to be winners? All right. So this tournament, y'all are winners, because y'all did stuff like this, because y'all defended in a good way, and because y'all communicated and stayed mentally tough. So let's keep it up.